Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. In today's episode, we're talking about how you know exactly what you need to do. And the only thing that's holding you back is probably your limiting beliefs. It's probably your fear. Think about Leonardo da Vinci's Hand of God. 2 fingers pointing at each other. Space in between the center. That's the fear. It's the limiting beliefs. This dawned on me, this video topic, because if you know what you have to do, what's stopping you from doing what you have to do? I'm asking you this question. The answer, I don't know. For you, for me personally, it was just me. It's always you. It's always your being. It's always the physical self, the fear, the limiting beliefs that always get in the way. And one thing that I'm learning is when I'm fearful of something, when my mind is telling me, when that voice in my head is telling me, I don't like that scares me, I don't know, whether this is like sending a direct message, whether this is approaching that girl, whether this is just feeling called to go travel this place or that place, to get in the car and go somewhere, right? The only reason why I wouldn't do it is because I'm scared of the outcome, right? That was always my fear growing up. I didn't fear anything except the unknown. I was terrified of not knowing what's to come. But then over time, I evolved into this individual who understands that the eternal now is all there is, right? And you can create the future in the now. And the fear of the outcome, not knowing what's to come, you can not get comfortable with that knowing, but get adjusted to it, because that's everyday life. We have no idea when our last day is. We have no idea what tomorrow's going to bring. We have no idea if there's going to be a cyber attack, like a snap of the fingers, and next thing you know, your Black Mirror doesn't work anymore, or you can't access your bank account. We have no idea when that's going to happen, right? And that's terrifying, right? But when we're developing this edge in life, and when we're becoming accustomed to wanting to be prepared for times like this, we can control that fear. We can welcome it. We can poke at it with faith, right? There's the paranoia versus prepared. Paranoid always survive because they have a faith-driven life, and they're ensuring that their future is secured, right? Health, wealth, and relationships. It's like the fundamentals right there. But, the whole point of this video is, at the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do in all aspects of your life, right? God is always telling you what to do, right? Not literally go do this, go do that, but rather, I'm encouraging you to go try this out, or I'm encouraging you to go talk to that person, or I'm encouraging you to book that one-way flight. It's the little whispers every single day, like, go do this, go do that. That's what's most important to listen to. That's what directs us in living our ideal lives. At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do, right? Around a year ago, I was contemplating dropping out of college. And I'm thinking about it, it's like, at the end of the day, I knew I had to stay in college. I knew I had to do it for a reason. I wanted to drop out of college for selfish reasons. I wanted to force it, but I knew at the end of the day that staying in college, becoming accustomed to that fear, the unknown, like, I don't know what's to come. How much time am I wasting, not being able to build my business, not being able to travel, not being able to connect with cool people, with like-minded individuals. I'm wasting all this time doing this nonsense coursework. And that's all true in my head and my egoic head. But a year later, where we are here and now, I look back and I'm thankful. I'm grateful that I decided to stay in, right? At the end of the day, I knew deep down that I was supposed to stay in college, right? I believed that I was supposed to stay in college because of, my 7 layers of why. It was deep. It was meaningful. It was understandable for why I was supposed to stay there. And now it's like within 2 weeks. Today marks the 2-week countdown until I walk, which is crazy, you know? But at the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do. So I encourage you, look in your dimensions of health, wealth, and relationships. When it comes to health, right? At the end of the day, you know you shouldn't be eating certain types of foods. You know that there are certain foods that you should be eating, right? You know that you should be moving your body more. You know that you should be consuming the right content for your mind, for your mental health, right? This is all about health. At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do for your health. At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do for your wealth. You need to create your wealth. You need to create streams of income, cash flow. How to do this? Build skills, high-value skills. Provide them to high-value individuals, entrepreneurs, these figures who need your services, right? At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do with your wealth, right? When you create this wealth, you need to preserve it. How do you preserve it? Learning, financial literacy, learning how the rich stay rich and how the poor get poorer. Like, these are all concepts that are out there. You just got to learn about it and put yourself out there. At the end of the day, you know the work that has to be done in order for you to understand what wealth really is. And wealth isn't just your finances, right? It's also love. Are you wealthy in love? Are you wealthy in your relationships, right? Which takes me to the next point. You know exactly what you need to do with your relationships. The most fulfilling conversations that you will ever have are the ones that you're terrified of having. This is the truth. At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do. You need to have those conversations, because by not having those conversations, you're not living your true authentic self. By not having these conversations, you are not aligned with who you want to become. Right? Relationships are everything. At the end of the day, you take nothing to your grave. The only thing that you take to your grave is the viewing that you get in your grave of the people who are surrounded by your grave, what they're saying, right? There's a great concept of the deathbed theory. What do you want people to say about you over your deathbed? For me, it's always this line: they were better off for having known him. That's why I go about every conversation with love and affection, because I want to leave everybody, right? I want to leave every conversation knowing that that individual was better off for having known me, right? At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do with your relationships. You need to strengthen meaningful relationships. And I'm not saying the ones that you actually get something out of. I'm saying the ones that you know are just, they're righteous, right? Some friends are like the boosters of the rocket. The rocket goes up, the boosters fall off at different places in the atmosphere. Some friends and family are in the cockpit. They're with you until the end of the line, right? At the end of the day, you know what you need to do with your relationships. You need to have the hard conversations, right? You need to be true to yourself and have these conversations with your friends, with your family, with your loved one, your romantic partners. It is the most important thing in living a true life, is not only being true to others, but in being true to others, you're being true to yourself, which is of the utmost importance. Because the moment you're lying to others, you're lying to yourself. And that'll have a ripple in all aspects of your life that you don't even want to explore. I affirm that this video resonated with each and every single one of you. At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do. And the only person that's stopping you from doing what you need to do is you. So get over your fear, welcome it, become accustomed to it, completely get rid of your limiting beliefs, and go do what needs to be done. At the end of the day, you know exactly what you need to do. I love you. Have a great rest of your day.